Well, in the beginning of Spider-Man 3, Peter Parker, everything's going well for Peter Parker, or almost everything's going well, except for his relationship with Harry, which is still lingering and looming. Harry's negative feelings towards Peter, but otherwise, the public is embracing Spider-Man. Peter's in a relationship with Mary Jane.
Dime que me quieres. Te quiero mucho.
He's got his school, his work, his superhero duties. He's kind of just got his whole life worked out, and he's starting to feel really good about himself. And he's even getting a little arrogant, a little self-involved, and that starts to get him into a little bit of trouble.
El poder es agradable.
There are some outside forces that happen to outside things that happen to Peter, and Peter gets into some darker behaviors. He learns some information, and he starts acting out of anger and vengeance.
La venganza es como un veneno que se apodera de nosotros, que puede convertir en algo horrible.
And basically this goo from outer space, combined with his own feelings, enhances those darker feelings in Peter, and interesting things happen from there. And of course we have, great battles and great villains in the film. There's plenty of action, believe me. I think it's a little darker than the first movies. Peter goes down a darker road in terms of his journey as a character, but also I think it's a little funnier than the first two movies, and it's there's more action as well, without losing the stories of the good storylines between. There's a lot of characters, but Peter and Harry, and Peter and Mary Jane, and the new villains.
Harry, sabías que esto iba a pasar. Escúchame, yo no maté a tu padre.
¿Qué pasa entre vosotros?
Es complicado.
As the movie-going audience knows, the technology just gets better and better. So, in terms of visual effects and the animation, or the CGI, and so I think everything's going to look a little better in this film, and we're able to do more in terms of the action. So I think we've just improved on what we can do.
Este podría ser el fin de Spider-Man.
Well, I didn't read comic books really as a kid, so I knew of Spider-Man, and I don't remember, but I probably, had times as a kid while pretending I was Spider-Man, as I did with other iconic figures. When I grew up, Star Wars was big, and the Superman franchise was big, so I remember those characters from my youth more so. But I read about the first 4 years of the Spider-Man comics in preparation for the first movie. The way it lays out, it won't be confusing at all. It's, we try to work it all into the central storylines, and certainly we are servicing a lot of characters, but I think it'll work out just fine. I think it'll be an entertaining film. I don't really want to give away too much of the movie, but you just have to see.